Live from the Delia Deets dressing room in the theater in Denver, Colorado, it's the final Beetlejuice backstage live stream, Maxie's Pad. With your one night only, fresh, fierce host who's definitely older than she says she is, Bailey Frankenberg.
Yeah!
Joining Bailey is a very special guest, the man of the hour, the GOAT himself, the Maxie to our pad, cast member and Maxie's Pad creator, Dan Mason. For our very special final episode, we will put Dan in the hot seat, take your viewer questions for our Corpse Spondences segment. Dan will experience his own afterlife audit and a special live musical performance from three-time Tony Award winner Patti LuPone.
Finally!
I can't believe we got her back for a swan song, y'all. And now, here she is, the host with the most, Bailey Frankenberg.
Hi!
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our final episode of Maxie's Pad. I am your host, Bailey Frankenberg. I am joined by the incredible Dan Mason,
Hi.
who started the whole shebang.
Just let her take over today. This
Yeah,
is like your January 6th. Let's
I
go.
am storming Maxie's Pad. Thank you for being here and literally organizing everything and bringing all the equipment and making sure this happened because I don't know what I'm doing.
You brought our microphones, though.
I did. I wanted to be fancy.
Yeah, this is great.
Amazing. Okay, so Dan, jumping in, you've been a part of our cast since the very beginning. Since we rehearsed in New York City during the Great Freeze of the winter of 2026, where everything was just frozen trash everywhere.
Never got warmer than 3 degrees for
Mr.
like 2
San
weeks.
Diego. Can you please give the folks at home the juice, and without giving away too much, please tell us why today is the final episode of Maxie's Pad.
Because this is my last day with the company. It's my final day. I gave my notice. I am moving on to another opportunity that I can't talk about yet, but it will all come clear. There'll be some announcements about it in the next few weeks, but I'm hopping on to another tour.
Oh my God.
I,
oh my God. Gotta make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, I know, right? So commit to the bit. Hopping onto another tour, I'm hopping onto a little bit higher profile track than Maxie Dean, as much as this show really is all about the legacy of Maxie Dean. But yeah, we start rehearsals at the end of August, and I'm saying my farewells.
Wow.
And look, we got 22 people in the room.
Oh my
Go,
God.
check in, everybody. We got
Hi,
say hello.
everybody.
Please love me. Sergin.
Oh, we love you so much.
I can't make out your
Sergin
name.
Sigma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Thanks for being here.
Please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from.
Do you think you'll have a themed talk show on your upcoming thing?
God, I mean,
You've got some time to think about it, but
I do. Like, here's the thing with me. Like, nobody takes a secondary bit character in a show, like historically, even before Beetlejuice, and makes it more of a thing than I do. Like, this time last summer, I was doing a production of Fiddler on the Roof in San Diego, where I was playing Knock'em the Beggar, 3 lines. I was the Tevye understudy, but I had a lot of free time on my hands. So every night during the Exodus, when we were all like carrying our burlap sacks and being kicked out of Anna Tevka, before we would do that, I would host Anna Tevka's favorite game show backstage, where we would play What's in Knock'em's Big Brown Sack.
yeah.
Yeah.
What would be?
It would be a different joke every night.
Every
that
night.
was sort of the recurring bit. I'm gonna have a lot more to do in the next show, so we'll see
Oh my
what
gosh,
time allows.
Yeah, that's a good
But,
point.
Yes.
Okay, well, as you were about to depart on your another big thing, after spending 6 months on the road with us, can you tell us what's different about you today than the day you started?
Wow, that's a great question.
Leona Weaver, our Lydia, actually pitched that one for us.
Oh, I love that. I've been journaling about that a lot. I think the biggest shift within myself. I'm holding this brush like it's an actual microphone. This is ridiculous. The biggest pitch within myself, I think there was a huge energy when I booked this job last fall and coming into the room of just like, just being grateful to be here. There was a lot of imposter syndrome. There was a lot of, oh my God, what if they find out? Like, I really don't belong in the room. And I think every actor goes through that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
To some degree. But I feel like I've sort of shifted, like over the 6 months of really feeling like moving from grateful to be here. And yes, gratitude is part of my life, but actually feeling like I belong and feeling like I do have a place and knowing what are the things I'm really, really great at and what are the things I'm not. And not beating myself up for the things that I'm not great at and really just sort of going in on my strengths. So I think that that would be the biggest thing that's changed, just mindset-wise, after 6 months of doing my first tour.
That's a good place to start whenever you're jumping into this next big thing, knowing that you do belong in the room, Dan.
I know, but now that it's like a more high-profile role and I'm taking a principal contract, you best believe there's parts of me that are like, oh
Oh
no!
my gosh, moving on up.
But that's part of it. I tell people all the time, like, imposter syndrome, my old career, I used to work in radio for a bunch of years.
Yes, we're going to get into that.
I used to interview a lot of like famous celebrities and famous musicians that you know and love. And you realize there's no point that you reach in any career, entertainment or otherwise, where the imposter syndrome thing ever goes away. So I think it just makes it easier for me now. I'm like, if I'm not feeling that to some degree, then maybe I'm not pushing myself or challenging myself enough.
Yeah. Always striving for the next thing and the next. Yeah, always making sure that you're being challenged. And we all get imposter syndrome. Okay, I've got some Beetlejuice-based questions before you depart the juice. We all know you as Maxie Dean, but there are other roles in the show that you make a cameo appearance as. Can you enlighten the viewers at home the other roles that you grace in the Beetlejuice universe?
The all-important role of Sean the census taker. We've named him.
I didn't know his name was Sean.
Oh yeah, we wanted to give him a nice, because he's from Connecticut. He needed a nice like Irish Catholic name, Sean, like which would be an Irish spelling. Just really out there trying to do his part, taking that census.
Yes.
Doing his civic duty. You can also see me as Tony, the cigar mobster. We've named him.
I didn't know his name was Tony.
Now,
I'm so glad I asked these
who
questions.
did not die in a cigar smoking accident, because why would he wear that awful suit to bed? So, it was a mob hit, 100%.
Okay.
And also the one in canon that's become the most legendary backstage. I'm the priest at the beginning of the show who delivers the eulogy for Emily Dietz, which is now over the course of 6 months turned into Father Daddy McDadderson.
Yes, well, we're going to talk about Father McDadderson here soon.
Who gives a pre-show blessing to the cast every night before we begin the show.
Indeed. Well,
So that's my track.
Dan, I actually have some rapid fire questions for each of your characters.
Oh,
so I want to ask
good.
you, as these specific characters, I've got some things prepared for you. Are you ready? As Maxie Dean, how did you meet your 4th/5th wife, Maxine?
Probably, I mean, if we're being real, it was one of them sugar dating websites. I got a lot of money. She needed some money. She was in for the party and the lifestyle, and we've just been in love since.
Online, just like the rest of us. All right, as Sean, the census taker, what did you eat for breakfast?
Granola.
Granola.
Yeah.
All right. Tony the cigar. I wrote recently deceased cigar guy because I didn't know his name was Tony. All right. As Tony the cigar guy, do you have a crush on Juno?
Yeah, that's absolutely a character choice that I've made. At one point when Desaria as Juno comes out and she's got her cigarette and she sort of bends over, I'm subtly playing, or maybe not subtly, playing a bit in the back where I'm just sort of like leaning over and checking it out. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
I was like, he likes her, which is also a fun little Easter egg because it's the same pairing as Maxine and Maxie.
Yeah.
I just figured cigar guy and Juno.
I figured Tony's like, oh, she likes smoking. I like smoking. We have so much in common. We're both in hell. This will be great.
All right, as your choir man, because you make a brief cameo in the choir.
Yes, in the gospel choir.
What did you give up for Lent?
My dignity.
All right. As the priest, give us the tea on one of the confessions of Charles Dietz for no particular reason.
The Confession of Charles Dietz. There is a universe. Charles's wife was barely in the ground before he's coming into that house with Delia. I'm just saying, there is a universe where Charles and Delia weren't a thing that happened after Emily Dietz's passing.
What an interesting take.
It's a little I'm just saying it's a little soon, is it not, to be diving in?
I don't know. Grief can be really interesting for people.
I also watch a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
So,
So you're like, there's definitely some conspiracy here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. And what some people may not know is that you also covered Charles in the show.
I do.
And so as Charles, where are you going to take Delia on the surprise honeymoon?
Probably like, it would have to be something granola and new agey. Sedona.
I literally was like, you're going to say Sedona.
Oh, there it is. Yes, we would have gone, as your Charles, we would have gone to Sedona on some, I don't know, ayahuasca retreat or
Yeah,
something.
oh my gosh, that's where I actually got engaged in real life.
At an ayahuasca retreat?
In Sedona, but that would have been a really good story too. All right, so what many audience members don't know is that right before every show, Dan writes a new prayer as Father Daddy McDadderson.
Yeah.
And delivers it to all those who attend what I call church on stage right before we're set for Emily's funeral. So can you please give an example of a prayer that you have said that you're willing to share as Father Daddy McDadderson?
I mean, here's the thing about the prayers. They're so specific. Like, the only way that you can keep this bit going through 160 shows.
You wrote one every show.
No, it really was. And it's funny because it started during dress rehearsals before our run. And I was like, guys, this is just going to be my bit. And Jeff Brooks, who plays Charles, was like, oh, that's what everybody says. This will be done by April. And in my mind, as somebody who overcommits to mediocre bits, I'm like, challenge accepted, sir. So for 159 shows, we had a blessing for every show, but they're also specific for inside jokes on anything that happened on a bad travel day or something that happened within the cast that ended up in the group chat. So I could read them, but I don't know if it's going to make sense for the audience. This is the one I will probably regret sharing. Well, it's a choose your own adventure. We can do the blessing that I did the day that Senator Lindsey Graham passed away, when we welcomed Senator Lindsey Graham to the netherworld.
That's a good one.
Maybe that's the one. All right. So literally, Lindsey Graham had been dead for maybe 6-7 hours. And Father Daddy McDadderson. God, I'm never going to work in a red state ever again. There's going to be some regional theater in a red state that's like, no! Here we go, in the Father Daddy voice. Welcome, my children. Today, we welcome Senator Lindsey Graham to the recently deceased. May his arrival in the netherworld be met with the same warm reception that he extended to the LGBTQ community, which is to say, a noticeable lack of applause. May his handbook for the recently deceased contain at least one chapter on empathy, another on accountability, and an appendix titled, Things You Could Have Done Differently. And if there is a celestial stage manager keeping track of us all, may they remind us that every exit is final, but your legacy is whatever people are still talking about after you've taken your final bow. In Juice's name we pray. Amen. And then, of course, everybody comes in at the beginning of church for the ceremonial touching of tips. The umbrellas. Yeah, umbrella tips.
Umbrellas,
And the congregation all says, just the tip.
Just the tip.
And then that's it. Then we start the show.
Every show there would be a whole new prayer, and I definitely needed us to talk about that.
Well, now everybody else knows.
Do you have any other backstage rituals?
Somebody else says Sedona for the vortexes too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to do like the little where I had like two little metal sticks and they'd cross because of like the swirls. Yeah, it's really cool and woo-woo. Woo-woo girl over here. Do you have any other backstage rituals or pieces of lore that you're going to miss?
I don't know, for rituals, that's probably all. Oh, there was another bit that we do at the beginning when Lydia is singing and we move into the triangles upstage. And she sings, Somebody Say My Name. This started with two people who are no longer with us in the show, Hales, who was an ensemble member, and Ale, who was our Miss Argentina up until recently. But whenever she would say my name, I would just sort of lean in and give some random name. It would be like Taraji P. Henson. And then when she sings your mom, we would all have to acknowledge your mom.
All right. I love that. I love all the learning everyone's different rituals and lore. Because we all have different shows. Like there's like times where I don't even see anybody at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like still learning stuff, even though we're almost.
When we're all around the casket at one point, Adam, who plays Otho, with whoever is in that. It was usually Ale, and then it's been the Swings have been replacing since. They play rock, paper, scissors every night over the casket. So there's so much lore and so much bitty stuff that goes on
Tiny little
backstage.
rituals. It's
Yeah.
really fun. It helps keep things alive, and that's just like when you do it 8 times I kind of look forward to the bits.
I also just want to acknowledge you're still holding your
Oh, no,
makeup
this
brush.
is a-
You're
this
really
is a
in
part
it.
of
Yeah,
it.
I love it. I love it.
All right, so you've lived many lives before your arrival to
Mm-hmm.
the Great Juice Way. This being your first national tour and moving on to another big thing, can you give us some insight into your life in entertainment before this journey and when you decided you wanted to get into acting?
Yeah, give you the. I'll give. Well, the 30-second version is studied musical theater in college.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have the balls to go for it when I graduated. Was afraid of letting down my family. Was afraid of failing and embarrassing myself. Followed in my dad's footsteps. My dad worked in radio for years. And I worked in radio. I was on the air as a DJ and became an executive behind the scenes, a program director, which means you sort of work with the record labels to decide what songs you're playing and what you don't. But I worked in top 40 radio for a whole bunch of years, and which was a great career until it wasn't. Like I think around 2015, I realized, wait, nobody really listens to the radio anymore. Like everybody's moved to podcasting and social media. So I got out then. I started my own business. I started a life coaching business, very Delia Dietz, right? So I was doing like
I
a lot.
know that?
No, I had an executive coaching business and was doing speaking on
Oh
men's,
my God.
men's
That makes
mental
sense,
health.
though.
Yeah. So I did that. I was doing like a lot of daytime TV and had a podcast that did really well for a while. And then around 2022 is when I had the urge. It was like coming out of the pandemic when things opened back up, where I was like, I wonder if anybody would ever pay me for acting. And I just started stumbling into regional theater auditions and kept booking, and then started getting some trips to New York and auditioning for things that I wasn't booking. And then Beetlejuice happened.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
All right, so you've casually dropped throughout our friendship that you've met and have photos with multiple celebrities from your radio days. Can you name drop any names or tell us any juicy bit of lore from one of those encounters?
I've shared some of them online on my Instagram stories. There was a party I went to at Taylor Swift's house in Manhattan for an album release party.
Wow.
Which to this day, I'm not sure was really her house. I wonder if they just got like a big, like,
The best Airbnb in Tribeca?
no, literally, we were in Tribeca and it was some elaborate $25 million place. But the thing that I had noticed, there was no personal belongings anywhere in the, anywhere in the house. So, except for her Grammy Awards and her American Music Awards and her MTV Award that we got to take pictures with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was really her place or whether they were scamming us, but that was cool. Ariana Grande, Ed Sheeran. In terms of the lore or the scandalous stories, there are things that I will never name the person publicly, but I will tell you, there was a huge male pop star, early 2000s, that was launching a massive solo career, and at the time was dating an A-list celebrity actress at the time, maybe not A-list now. And we were doing the interview backstage, and he was just high out of his mind. And then I finished, and I'm carrying my equipment, and a door opens, and a woman comes stumbling out of the bathroom, literally into me. I had to drop my stuff, and I'm holding this woman up. I'm like, oh my God, ma'am, are you okay? And I look, and it's an A-list actress with half an ounce of Coke smeared up the side of her face.
I'm going to be asking who that was when we're offline.
We'll talk about that one offline.
That's
that,
me.
That is not for the public YouTube.
All right. Oh my goodness. Oh no, the sound of my tiny tambourine means it's the time for our correspondences viewer
we have
question section.
Viewer questions.
All right.
Let's
so
go.
Chloe M.O. asks, what's a theater hot take you have?
I have so many theater hot takes, and now that I'm actually a working actor, I need to be careful about the theater hot takes that I share publicly, because I'm sure there's people I would love to work with again, or work with, period, down the line. I will say this, though, because I don't think there is nothing in the Andrew Lloyd Webber canon that I would ever be right for. Cats was the first Broadway tour I ever saw. All these years later, it is still a mystery to me. And I will go to the grave saying that the wrong cat gets to heaven at the end.
You should say Jellicle Ball.
Grisabella is not. Why are we letting Grisabella go to heaven? Because she's old? Because she's got matted fur?
It's all different.
Because she sings a pretty song? There are so many cats that get overlooked for their contributions to the system. First of all, Skimbleshanks. Team Skimble, running that railway, making things happen.
Yeah.
No justice for Skimbleshanks. He's just out there working hard.
Justice for Skimbleshanks.
No, you stay out there on Earth. And then Grisabella does literally nothing but sings a pretty song. And we're just going to send her on up to the Heaviside Layer. I call bullshit.
You heard the hot take, folks. You heard the hot take on cats. All right.
Justice for Skimble. Hashtag.
Lydia Dietz fan asks, what is your favorite scene in Beetlejuice?
Probably the dinner party, because it's the one that I get to sort of like play the most in is Maxie Dean. It's also just such an iconic scene from the movie. And every night when you kind of let out that first deo, when you get possessed, a lot of times people are already sort of like clapping in the audience because they know what's coming. And also the end of that scene when with the projections and as the house goes and turns into the striped Beetlejuice house, I think it's just really cool theater magic.
Yeah,
it's just such a fun visual.
Yes,
I'll be watching the show from the house tonight for my last night here, and I'm excited just to kind of watch all that in real time.
Just kind of experience what you've been a part of and helped build.
I built none of that.
Well, just,
I built none of those projections. I did not build that set.
But you can enjoy the production as a whole.
Yes,
it's going to be really exciting to have you out there. All right, Mark Cardenas, 26, said, who was your inspiration to play Maxie Dean? Also, congrats on your run on Beetlejuice.
Thank you, Mark. The funny answer? Epstein? I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like scummy rich people. Any scummy rich people?
Maxie Dean is into...
Maxie's doing some weird stuff at the dinner party for sure.
There are a lot of references in this play regarding age.
There really is. And the show gets away with it. Like, Creepy Old Guy is just such a well-written song that they're able to sort of like land the joke with. We can't believe some cultures think this kind of thing's all right.
I love doing mic check with Creepy Old Guy and for all of the ushers in every new venue, and they're just hearing us sing Creepy Old Guy out of context.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time.
The direction I got from the audition when we were with Katie Davis is like, hey, Maxie has no intention of ever investing in Charles's thing. Like, they're just here for the party. And I think Dazaria and I found that. It's just like the fun, overly loud couple that has to be the loudest and be the center of attention in a social setting. And we're just there literally for the free shrimp. We kind of know what our dynamic is. It's very transactional, and everybody's good with it. So we've sort of found the fun in that, and that was how all that happened.
That's amazing. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh no, the sound of my tiny tambourine means we're moving on to our final segment of the show.
All right.
Dan, you are getting your own afterlife audit. I will be asking Dan some rapid fire questions, and he must answer as quickly as possible.
All right.
All right. Number 1, favorite city on tour.
All the California cities, because I'm a West Coast guy, so LA, San Diego, but that's biased because I'm from there. I thought St. Louis was surprisingly cool.
Oh, interesting.
I enjoyed St. Louis as a city. I had never been there before.
There are some gems there for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. What is your favorite Halloween costume you've ever done?
Michael Jackson. But literally not in a blackface way or anything. It was like the era of Michael Jackson when we had the same complexion. So I had the wig and the aviator glasses and the glove, and I won second place at a costume contest in Tampa, Florida.
In Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
All right, if your dog had...
Am I canceled? Am I canceled now? Maybe?
If your dog had a catchphrase, what would it be?
My dog had a catchphrase.
Yeah.
What is this bullshit dog food, and why am I not getting people food?
Yeah.
That would probably be it.
Yeah, we'll put that
It's
on a
very
t-shirt
entitled.
for you.
Yes.
All right, and this one was from my episode. At Dinner with Anyone, Dead or Alive.
Jean-Benet Ramsey, who killed you?
Oh my gosh. No.
I told you I love true crime.
We all want to know.
I love true crime.
All right, Tony the Cigar Guy is haunting a house. What are the spookies we can expect as the living who just moved in?
Probably just the overwhelming, disgusting smell of cigars all over the house. I think that it would be more the smell than anything.
Yeah, okay, just a hellacious
And probably like just really some cheap, awful cologne. Like maybe Tony's a Drakkar kind of guy.
Okay, so he's that type of ghost where you just like get the wafts and you're like, oh my God.
You'd smell it and be like, oh God, it's Tony again.
Yeah. And like coughs in like the corners. Like we hear this, that's what he's back 3 a.m. every night.
Yep.
All right, and with that, Dan, I can't believe today is your happy trails from the show. Last night was your final bow with the Juice cast. You are so loved and treasured here.
I love you.
Do you have any final dearly departing words for us before you cross over to the other side?
You know what? Maxie's Pad has a very niche following, right? Where I think we have our 81 subscribers on YouTube. But one of the things I knew coming into the show is like how much this show meant so much to the fan base. And having so many of those fans latch onto our cast. And even, like, let's be honest, Maxie Dean, not an important part of the show, but, like, we've had people make Maxie Dean fan arts. I'm like, are you kidding me? What? So it's been cool just to engage with the super fans and, you know, a show that they're so protective of, and to know that they love our version of it has been really cool. And all the friends we made along the way as we sing here at Maxie's Pad.
Oh my gosh, well get that music ready, and
Okay,
I will
do you
tell
have
you
the
when
music?
to
The
cue it.
music's on your phone,
Oh,
right?
ew.
Oh, yeah.
I can pull it up.
So for perspective on this, last night in the Broadway lore, I'll give them the backstory.
Yeah.
Normally when somebody is in their last show, the cast gets around for the show and they sing Happy Trails to You, which my cast did. And then they surprised me because they wrote a custom Maxie's Pad Goodnight song.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give shout outs to Caitlin Feely, our Barbara, who this was a Caitlin production. And they wrote a full Maxie's Pad Goodnight song. Unfortunately, that includes lyrics to the show I'll be going to next that I can't talk about.
Don't worry,
so
we fixed it.
We're going to adjust that on the fly so that we don't give away any spoilers here on the YouTube. But
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is great. Yes,
All
okay,
right.
great.
You want to turn it up?
Yes, all right, well, you've heard it here, folks, and that is a wrap on Dan Mason and Maxie's Pad.
A wrap?
What a stint.
A rap on Dan Mason sounds like I'm dying. I hope that's not like a rap on me. I hope it's just a rap
That's a
on
wrap
Maxie.
when you like film talk, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's your martini shot, baby.
Let's go.
All right, what a legacy. So many hearts touched. I'm starting to slip into your Tony voice. We are going to shut this puppy down the way that we know how, with a special
is.
Maxie's Pad Goodnight song.
Friends, all good things must come to an end. Oh, that's the version with the lyrics.
Oh,
That's
shoot,
not the
we don't want
instrumental.
that. Where's the instrumental version? This is
Oh,
it.
that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're ready.
Friends, all good things must come to an end. It's time to say goodbye to the netherworld. Thank you for being here for Maxie's Pad, our series finale. And we'll leave you with these lyrics by Caitlin Feely. We've shared tears and we've shared laughter and a little recast chatter.
Cause Dan Mason will be off to an undisclosed show that we can't say publicly.
That's right. But forget the juice that's loose. It's time to shake my caboose.
All over town with that undisclosed show that we can't say publicly. Now it's time to say goodbye.
There's no time for distressing.
We hate to see you go, and we'll miss your clever blessing.
But darlings, don't be sad. We'll reunite another day.
Cause Dan Mason is the coolest friend we made along the way.
And there it is, Charlie Chase and the Maxie's Pad Orchestra. playing us out.
I'm so sorry, Patti LuPone.
No!
We really thought we had it this time, girl.
Damn it! Our apologies. Oh, she's gonna go on a rant on social media about us. I love you, Bailey Frankenberg. I
love
appreciate
you, Dan Mason.
I love my cast, and I love you for being here and watching. I'll see you down the road. Future show announcement coming soon. Thanks for